You know what's good, YouTube's Kratoctavio here, back again once again, and today, people, we're gonna make our way to the Lake of Rage. But before we go on, you may be noticing something. We're in a different spot than where we ended off last time. The reason for that is because at the end of the last episode, I ended up asking you, we're gonna take this Eevee, but what shall I evolve it into? And the three options I had in mind: Jolteon, Umbreon, Espeon. Here's the thing though. I forgot about someone in the daycare. So I ended up picking him back up. He was level 29 by the time I ended up getting him. But we're going to see him in just a moment. We also need to get a quick party update because I did change a few moves around while I was back in Goldenrod City. Out front we have Rufus, the Doug Trio that we've had for a little bit. He hatched from an egg, but he's got Magnitude, Growl, Rock Smash, and Scratch. Yeah, he has Scratch at level 30, but it's fine because also we have Pompey the Executor, who's holding that Polka Dot Bell, which powers up his normal type moves, which happen to be Stomp and Headbutt. But along with that, he also has Confusion and Hypnosis. Next, we have Jimmy the Quilava, who's holding that Charcoal, which powers up his Ember, but his other attacking moves are Fury Cutter and Quick Attack. And if he needs to lower someone's accuracy, he has Smokescreen. He's about to evolve in 6 levels, I believe. Someone that's fully evolved, though, is Perry the Kingdra, who I'm, at this moment, calling the MVP of this lock so far. Because he's got Surf, Dragon Breath, Leer, and Twister. If we can get rid of Leer and get a better move, I think his moveset may be complete. Get, like, Ice Beam or something. But someone else that's about to evolve is Wartortle, the Shellshock. Well, Shellshock, the Wartortle. And as you maybe can see, he does have a bit of an update to his moves. He still has Surf and Strength and Iron Tail, but he also has Ice Punch now. I ended up picking up the Elemental Punch moves from there that I gave to our Ooze, the Grimer, before he died. And I decided to give him Ice Punch. And then finally we have Inception the Voltorb, who's got Tackle, Screech, Sonic Boom, and Rollout. So what I'm going to end up doing for this episode, since I know there's the rocket thing and that's going to take absolutely forever and I just want to save that for its own little episode, is first I want to get an encounter here. And then I'll take on these two guys. And then we're going to make our way up to the Lake of Rage, finish that little bit off, and we'll be done with the story. Have we ran into... Yes, we have. We ran into a Venonat before the Dark Cave in Yellow. So, can't do that, which is unfortunate, but based on the music, this guy sounds like a ghost or a psychic trainer. I've been playing... I recently bought a new game today called Democracy 3. It's a Democracy them up, as I'm going to be calling it. And basically what you do in that is you can take control of one of a few different countries. I haven't played all of them because I've only got it today, and from what I've seen, it's kind of a long game. You can play as the United States, you can play as France, you can play as Great Britain or the UK. I can't remember which. I'm sorry to any people from Europe that may be offended. You can play as Germany, and I believe the other one that you can play as is Australia. So what I decided to play as America, since that's where I'm from. And I decided to piss off the left because I decided to be something I hate. A gun-loving, anti-drug, anti-fun, anti-love, everything is evil except for Jesus. And I banned everything and made everyone hate me, and then I got assassinated by people. So that was fun. So the lesson for today, kids, is don't ban things or you will get shot in the face. Well, even if you ban guns, you'll get shot in the face, it turns out, which is a little ironic. I hope this doesn't start a little bit of a flame war between people, because that's not my intention. I'm sorry if it does. I'll just have to deal with it because it's my own fault. But either way, we're just gonna go ahead and head out to parry against this Diglett. He can't do anything to us, but we can't really do anything to him either. Actually, he could have done something to us, and he would have one-shotted with that Magnitude 8. Thankfully, we're out to parry, who's going to eat that up. But this Diglett is not going to eat up a Surf. Diglett, if I'm correct, has the second lowest HP in the game, be only above Shedinja. And Shedinja has that 1 HP, but in my opinion, Shedinja is a better Pokemon than Diglett. Because of the kind of good, kind of crappy ability Wonder Card. Okay, the ability isn't crappy, the Pokemon that has it is. And the reason I say that is because... sorry about that. Is because he's kind of awful. And one of his weaknesses is one of the most common moves in the game, Stealth Rocks. So... like if a Pokemon happened to have all 18 types actually. I'm looking at you, Primal Arceus, if that ever happens. The only thing he would be weak to is still Rock. So, a Pokemon that would have all 18 types would still be weak to one of the most common moves in the metagame. I just find that a little strange. I mean, yes, he could also technically be weak to... I mean, yes, technically he could be weak to ground if you gave him an Iron Ball or used Gravity or whatever to get the flying immunity and the ground immunity away, but besides that, yeah. What I'm going to be calling Primal Arceus with the Omni type is going to have a bit of trouble against the most common move in the game. Someone that's not going to have so much trouble now against rocks is Mega Rayquaza. As of the time I'm recording this video, the video was just released like an hour ago, and I got done with watching it, so I'm not too sure how well Mega Rayquaza, you're going to hear me call him Primal because the other two are Primal. I have a theory of why he's a Mega over a Primal, and I'll get into that in just a second. But first, we have an awful certain clearing. That's cool. Just Sonic Boom it. This doesn't... we miss Sonic Boom. Inception, are you terrified of this Sun Current? You disappoint me. I just throw a Pokeball at him. If he doesn't stay in the first one, I don't care. I'm just gonna get rid of him. Probably gonna call this thing useless if I get it, because he's not coming on the team. But if I need a grass type, then if my backup that I'm not telling you about happens to fail, then I'll go to Sunkern if I don't have something better by then. And I'm sorry I didn't read that right then. It's been a little while since I've recorded. It's been like 2 days. Not that. There you go. I tried to record this episode, but because I'm a bright one, I had to pause to run back to the Pokemon Center because I was in the Team Rocket's headquarters, and don't worry, I'm not doing that in this episode. After the end of that episode, I realized that after that point, I realized the video was like 69 minutes long, and I'm not releasing a 69-minute video. Not just because of haha, it's 69, but because that is far too long, and I can tell that they don't get as many people to watch them. So, what we're just going to end up doing today is we're going to do the little Lake of Rage bit, make our way back, and then we're going to finish off the episode, because there is no point in trying to do the Team Rocket thing, especially when we don't want to make a super long video, and that's going to take forever. I may end up getting to these steps when it takes you down. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you may see. If you're not, we'll just come back to Monday. I think of when this video is going up, because I don't like to record the day before. I like to record at least 2 days ahead. gonna head down here because I saw a Pokeball. And maybe something useful. If not, well, too bad. It's a burnt berry, which I believe follows you if you get frozen, which, considering we have an ice gym coming up, that could be useful. The ice gym will probably be taken on Tuesday, which is cool. And because the Gyarados that is normally a Gyarados, well, what is normally a Gyarados is not going to be a Gyarados unless it randomizes itself back into it. I'm going to base it off of what time it is by the time I get to it. If the time ends in an odd number, I'm going to go for the Gyarados. If it ends in an even number, well, I'm going to go for a wild Pokemon. So based off of whatever it is, the time-wise, I'll go with that. But somehow he has a level 19 Nidoking, which is completely legal, but I don't know why you would have that. I don't know why people, like, okay, I understand Nidoking gets Sheer Force, and special moves go with that a lot better usually, but Physical Nidoking is nothing to sleep on completely. It's still a good Pokemon, and there's the guy with the testicles. Can we not face the Flasher? Note for self, put a Flasher class in your game. So, as of right now, it is 2:28, so we're actually going to get something on the lake. Well, even if we weren't going to, where we are now. Hello! How are you today, little Dratini? I'm sorry, but this thing's coming on the team. Okay, we're gonna... No, what we're gonna do is we have Sonic Boom. Hopefully this doesn't do more than half. If the Sonic Boom does more than half, I'm gonna be disappointed. Okay, that does far too much. It's gonna end up paralyzing us, even though we're electric type, but this isn't 6th gen, so it's okay. He didn't hack the game. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna head out to Pompeii, and we're gonna get a Hypnosis off. If there was a giant noise right then, that was me accidentally bumping into my microphone. He gets a critical hit wrap that does 1%. Or 1 damage, I should say. Less than 1%. But we're going to try to get the Hypnosis off, which we happen to do. And we're going to try to get this Dratini. And if we can get the Dratini, I'm going to end up training this thing up before the gym next time. I can't think of off the top of my head when Dragonair would evolve into a Dragonite, but I would not mind having a Dragonite. Little OP maybe, but it's a Dragonite. How am I going to say no to that? But because I can already tell this thing's going to be a bit annoying, I'm just going to do what I did for the Kingdra, and I'm going to super speed this. And I'm sorry if you don't like me super speeding, but it doesn't matter because I have a 5'11", 7-pound, oh my god, that thing's big, Dratini, which I have the name in mind. It's typical, but it's fine because he's going to be showing up in just a few moments. Dratini, the dragon Pokemon. It sheds many layers of skin as it grows larger. During this process, it is protected by a rapid waterfall. So it lives under a waterfall? Cool. But because he's the OG Dragon Master, he's the original, in my opinion, he's the real champion. Because at the time, champions weren't a thing. If Blue never beat them, well, we would not have a champion in Kanto at first. So, in my opinion, well, first of all, my opinion is this would have been a lot worse for the catch for us. Because, let's see, Dratini, even if he is level 10, Magnemite, level 30. We have an electric type, yes, we have a dragon type, but it is still a Dragonite. And I will take a Dragonite over a Magneton any day of the week. No, he won't have multi-scale, he won't have any ability, but between him and Kingdra now, I think I'm gonna really enjoy Claire's gym, assuming I make it to there. I mean, yes, I'm gonna have a lot of training to do for... Actually, no, I'm just going to have to find somewhere on the team for the Dratini, because I'm already on good level for the next gym, because strangely, the previous gym actually has higher level Pokemon than this gym. But here's Lance. This looks like a... And I'm sorry if I have the same voice for literally every intimidating character ever, but I can't do voices. I'm going to work on it because of a future project, but that's a long way away. This lake is full of Gyarados, but nothing else. So the Magikarp are being forced to evolve. Did you come here because of the rumors? You're Kratos. I'm Lance. I just caught you. I just caught a Dratini named Lance. So, a trainer like you. I heard some rumors, so I came to investigate. I saw the way you battled earlier, Kratos. I can tell that you're a trainer with considerable skill. If you don't mind, could you help me investigate? Sure. Excellent. It seems like the lake's Magikarp are being forced to evolve. Mysterious radio broadcast coming from Mahogany is the cause. I'll be waiting for you, Kratos. And he is Superman. He just spun in. Lance is Superman. That's what it's come down to. Lance is now officially Superman. I knew there was an item up here. I thought there was anyways. So I'm just going to go ahead and surf on over here and pick the item up. I wonder what else could have gotten here if it would have been definitely a lot better pickup than this is a lot better pickup than what we did get. We already had a Psyduck in our yellow Ashlocke, and because of the rules of the Ashlocke, in case you don't know, I'll go over them in a second, we couldn't have got the Psyduck. If you don't know why we couldn't have got the Psyduck, then, first of all, the rules are in the description. If you ever need to know what is going on and why I can't catch this, but I can catch this, and blah 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 blah. I cannot catch a Pokemon that I have ran into as my first encounter on any route, or anything from the evolutionary line. So, we had Psyduck, the Psychoduck, so we couldn't have caught a Psyduck here. We couldn't have caught a Weezing either. Coughing, I mean. But we could have caught a Dratini, which we did, because we have never had a Dratini, Dragonair, or Dragonite. Dratini isn't going to be that Pokemon that I'm going to love on the team. It's going to be so OP. But if you pick him as my starter, it's going to suck because all he's going to have is Wrap. And if I don't get a better move for him before the first gym, well, I'm kind of screwed. Or if I don't get a Pokemon that can help me in the first gym, I should say. Okay, I guess I'm not going to get the item because I've completely missed it somehow. But that's fine. I guess we can come back for that later or whatever. What is this place? Fishing group. Okay, I'll pick up a fishing rod. The Lake of Rage is actually a crater made by rampaging Gyarados. How does a Gyarados make a crater? Craters are usually made when giant space rocks come crashing down and murder everything. The crater filled up with rainwater and the lake was formed. That's the story passed on from my grandpa's great-great-grandpa. It used to be that you could catch lively Magikarp. But I don't understand what's happening. Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. Apparently Gyarados is a Magnemite and Magikarp is Dratini. So, that's the thing. We're gonna go ahead and hop on our bike because it's a lot shorter. Okay. Apparently this wasn't the right path. But that's fun because it's a little bit of padding for the episode. The majority of the story is done. Who knows, I may lose a Pokemon here to Fisher Marvin. No, we're not. Marvin, I just hyped you up. Don't disappoint me like this, man. I gave you the grand entrance, like, we may actually lose something here. Oh no, I'm terrified of this guy. I have no electric moves. What am I supposed to do? I have no grass moves. But no, you have a Magikarp. you have a Magikarp that can only splash. So, okay, we're not going to lose anyone, but the battle may be a bit annoying because of paralyzation. Because if we cannot break through the paralyzation, our rollout's kind of pointless. And yes, I'm only training up Inception because he evolves at level 30. And I just want to get him evolved this episode. If I can't get him evolved this episode, well, I'm going to be a bit disappointed, to be honest with you. But it will be fine because his Magikarp actually knows how to move for once. We'll get the second rollout off on this Magikarp, and it goes down. Gyarados. Okay, he's not going to appreciate a rollout, but I'll give you this, Marvin. You actually have a low... No, that was not good for a second. It's all good, though, because we get the third rollout out on the Gyarados, and we're going to evolve after this battle. Question is, what is he going to send in now? A fourth Gyarados, a second Gyarados, and his fourth and final Pokemon. So, like I said, Grayson, you have my props. You've actually evolved your Pokemon, so you're better than that one guy that has 6 Magikarps, I believe, back on that one bridge. Unless you happen to be him, and then you just decide to move spots because you couldn't get any more good Pokemon to catch. But you... Well, 1 second. And we have an Electrode. I've actually never used Electrode. Okay, I'm definitely going the wrong way. But I'm just going to continue following this path because I can just get back across the water with Surf. And now we have one of the fastest Pokemon in-game. And even being paralyzed and not having our speed, we still outspeed the Sunkern. So, at least that wasn't a waste. But this was a waste because our cut slave is in the box, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, we're just going to make our way back. We're not going to make any more detours. I'm sorry about that little detour right there. I didn't realize I was going the wrong way. I thought you could go either way, to be honest. But turns out you can't. Let's just surf on the water. It's a lot quicker. We don't have to deal with the grass. Yes, we do, actually. And 2 steps into the grass, we actually run into something, but no. We run into a Ditto. Would have been the worst encounter ever. It would have actually been worse than a Sunkern because, first of all, we have to live a move. Second of all, if we don't live that move, then where are we going? Is this right? I guess it is. I thought... Oh, yeah, I know what happened. I ended up skipping over the Team Rocket area, so I didn't have to worry about them. But we're going to go ahead and heal up the team. I'm going to have to think about who is Dratini going to replace on this team. I honestly don't know who Dratini will inevitably end up replacing. I'll go ahead and give you one last look at the team. Because, actually, I think I know who I want to replace. But I'll give you one last look at the team because if you want to vote on who you think should go, let me know. So we have Inception of the Electrode, no electric moves, its best moves roll out. Pompey the Executor, just been there for a while. He's a nice little Pokemon that we've had for us. Shimmy the Quilava, who... yes, is our newest member. Actually, no, our newest catch, I should say. But he's actually doing pretty well. He's about to evolve. We're not even going to consider Perry. I don't care if you vote for Perry. He's not being replaced. The one that I'm actually considering replacing, and I know that's got to suck because everyone loves Blastoise. And then Rufus, the Dugtrio. Who, well, it doesn't hurt to have a ground type. But yeah, I think I'm going to end up replacing Ashlocke because we have a dual grass weakness. And if we take the Dratini, we'll have a dual dragon weakness. But compared to grass, how often do you see dragon? Especially in game. So I think that's going to be the end of the episode, and I'm sorry if the episode may be a little bit short. I'm actually not sure how long the video is. That's why I wish I had a dual screen. But either way, if you enjoyed the content, smash that like button, subscribe, come back Monday to see us take on the Team Rocket headquarters. I may have a bit of a grinding montage at the beginning of the video, just to try to get Dratini up some levels. I don't know if I will or not. But hopefully you will come back, and hopefully we will have a Dragonair at least, or a high level Dratini. And I will hopefully see you then. Peace!